your extraterrestrials, that the group of extraterrestrials that you represent, what is their motivation for visiting our planet?
When let me give you a parenthesis already here. The extraterrestrials, in fact, when they develop their technology, happens exactly what happened in our planet. We have the United Nations, right? What is the United Nations already as an institution? Some countries develop already in some way. They decided to gather together. They found the same common goals, and they decided to share information, technology, commerce, whatever, and that's exactly what we have here. The same thing happened in space. So a bunch of societies, they found together watching this planet, watching the other planet, and say, hello, how are you, neighbor? What are we going to do together? Oh, let's go to have fun. Okay. So they gathered, and they created some federation of planets. There's no Kirk in the middle of Spock, so don't worry. But they did exactly that. So these societies, they are taking care of the environment because this is exactly not only the playground, but where they're going to fulfill their needs, right? So everything needs to be in balance to be able to continue to exist and prevail the process they have right now. So when you have already a society or a bunch of societies where there's no violence, there's no misery, there's no poverty, there's no starvation, there is no problems at all, which is the next step? Keep and maintain the situation. So what they're doing right now is maintenance. So the only way to keep maintenance in the neighborhood is exactly to see what's happening around. And when somebody's coming to the condo and they started to put the music so loud, having already these cars with a lot of noise and making already a lot of mess, so we're going to watch already for this guy say, excuse me, but if you want to be part of this neighborhood, you need to follow some rules, to be respectful, to be this, to be that, or we're going to kick your butt. So this is exactly the situation here. Our planet has been visiting from extraterrestrials for thousands of years, millions of years possible, and they know us very well. And they know that we are developing ourselves, we are struggling a little bit, but there's a lot of people here right now who's looking for the possibility to say, excuse me, but there's no better possibilities around. And they know that there are people here willing to change that. And they're totally open to help. They're totally open to have these people as, how can I say this, partners in this kind of process and include our planet into this federation of planets, in fact.
So what kind of work is your group of extraterrestrials doing on this planet?
At this point,
Yeah.
surveillance.
Surveillance only?
Yes. They are not interfering directly right now with the whole situation at all. They don't do that. This is exactly like the prime directive. So already Mr. Kirk and company they have. They don't do that. What we have here, in this case, is exactly some interactions to try to know how dangerous we can be. In one specific experience, this was Ed Walters and the Gold Race case. He was abducted, so he was taken inside of the UFO. And when he was taken, he said to the extraterrestrials, you don't have the right to take me against my will. The extraterrestrials said to him, yes, we have the right. You gave us the right. At the moment you became a threat to us, you are given the chance to know who you are and what way you are dangerous for us. Simple as that. It's a matter of survival. Guys, imagine this. They can kill us in a few minutes. They don't do that. They didn't do that. Yet. Okay? So when we're saying, oh, they're wonderful, they're beautiful, blah, 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 the whole thing, yes, for sure they are. They're giving us the chance to be part of this incredible, how can I say this, universal brotherhood. They're given the chance. But if we become a threat for them, they're not going to think twice to erase the human race from this planet. Because we cannot jeopardize only us. We can jeopardize them. Example. If we decided to explode a bomb and kill ourselves, exploding bombs everywhere, no problem at all. This planet is going to become a piece of a dry rock in the space. Simple as that. No problem. No extensions. This planet is already destroyed. Unfortunately, we kill ourselves. But the main problem, the main danger is not that one. The main danger is if a society like us change or discover the way to change the space-time continuum, the situation becomes very worse. Because we're not jeopardizing only our planet, but the whole universe, and also them. If we reach that level of development, we became a huge threat. And that's exactly what they're not going to allow us to do. Yes?
That last comment was interesting, but in order to control and manipulate the space-time continuum, it's only our militaries that have that kind of power.
We're doing it right now. Remember,
Yeah,
2 years ago,
wow.
2 years ago, we teletransport a photon with one point to another.
That's right.
We're changing the space-time continuum at this point. The next experiment is going to be to teletransport an atom from one point to another.
Yes, I believe they just did that recently, or they just at least
They are trying to do.
said it in the news.
Yes.
The Kogi people in Colombia,
Mm-hmm.
the elders, or most of the shamans and the elders of the South Americas, one thing they'll say is that technology is the demise of mankind. That all the technology is coming out today. And I sort of relate this to the teachings of the people in the Anthroposophical Society.
Okay.
Steiner wrote a lot about Ehrman
Yes.
and the Ehrmanic deception. And I'm just trying to balance out, it just seems that we're bombarded with technology, iPhones, iPods, wireless, cars that do this, guns that go shoot faster. It's just, is it all of that, that giant machine that's already going, that's eventually going to destroy us?
No, not yet. Remember, these guys, they live for 4,000 years. How much time is going to take us to develop this kind of technology? 100 years, 50 more years, 200 more years? Doesn't matter. If we're able to reach this level without destroying ourselves first,
right.
Who knows? So this is exactly the concern. Their concern is until what moment is going to be the critical moment. So they're working right now to avoid this kind of situation. They are working right now to not only avoid become, in the fact, how can I say this, a huge threat, but to avoid our own destruction.
And most of the beings coming are sort of surveying, doing surveillance. They're watchers.
They're watchers, they're seers, they are the ones already in touch with us. Some of them, they're living in the middle of our societies because they're like us, they're very human-like, and they're still already watching the moment. Watching for the moment to do what is necessary, if it's necessary to do. Get in touch with somebody, get in touch with some of our groups. There's a lot of different kind of contact experiences.